Hey y'all, and Happy New Year. My name is Ashley, and today I am going to be battling out the Milk Hydro Grip Primer against E.L.F's new Power Grip Primer. If you would like to see if E.L.F's new primer is a dupe for Milk's Hydro Grip, then you should totally keep on watching. Alright, let's just jump right into this and talk about the E.L.F. Power Grip Primer. So I haven't even opened it yet. I ordered it online just before the new year. And in this, you get 0.8 ounces for $10. So it looks like this. It has a little pump. Oh. And it's got like a very sticky, thick texture to it. I'm hoping it will be comparable and maybe even a dupe for Milk's Hydro Grip Primer. I've been using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer for a couple years now. This is my second or third one, most likely third. And it's a product that I use every single day I do my makeup if I'm going to be wearing my makeup for a long time. But let's talk about the E.L.F. one first. I believe you can also pick this one up at Ulta, but it's supposed to keep makeup in place with this clear gel primer full of skin-loving ingredients like hyaluronic acid for skin that looks and feels its best. I don't even know what the description this is for Milk, so let me look that up real quick. Okay. And according to Sephora, for Milk's Hydro Grip is an award-winning invisible makeup primer with a 94% natural gel formula that smooths skin, grips makeup up to 12 hours, and locks in hydration. Like I said, I've been using this for a few years now. It's a go-to product for me. It works for me. It does keep my makeup lasting longer. Now, the E.L.F. one is $10. For this size of Milk is a $34 primer, unless you get the new one. They just came out with a jumbo size, which is 5 ounces of primer for $65. So the normal size, you only get 1.5 ounces. So keep that in mind. Now, before I apply these on my face, I want to go ahead and tell you what's on my face before I put on the primer. And I went ahead and used my Glow Recipes Watermelon Glow Toner along with Truly's CBD Anti-Blemish Face Serum. Obviously, I have a few breakouts going on. This is a product that I've been using for a couple weeks now that I'm enjoying. And I'm trying to see if it does help with my acne. So I'm going to go ahead and use the E.L.F. primer on this side of my face. And I'm just going to apply it the same way I would apply the Hydro Grip. So I'm going to warm it up in my fingertips. So I'm just going to warm it up in my fingertips and just kind of like press and swipe. Now, to me, this feels a lot thicker than the Milk one and slightly a little bit more sticky, which is fine because if it is going to grip to my foundation and the rest of my face, I'm going to want it sticky. So one pump was not enough for half of my face. Now I'm going to take Milk's Hydro Grip and put it on this side of my face. Yeah, I definitely can tell the E.L.F. one is much thicker, but it kind of feels the same on the skin. It goes on really well. It has like that sticky feeling that's, I guess some people might find it uncomfortable, but when I'm putting on a gripping primer, I kind of want it to be sticky, so I know it's working. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and continue to do my base face with the products that I always use or the ones that I know work really well. So I'm also going to prep my under eyes with the Milk Hydro Grip Eye Primer. Now this works both for eyeshadow and under eye according to Sephora and Milk Makeup. I personally do not like it on my eyelids. It does not work very well. It kind of creases and it's not sticky. It doesn't work. But I found that with concealer that it actually really helps make my concealer last a lot longer. So I'm just going to put a dab here and a dab here and just use my fingers to tap it in. And yes, I do double prime. I am now going to be taking the Tatcha Silk Canvas and I'm going to be using it to fill in my T-zone. So it's mostly just like my nose and my cheeks right here. And with this, I like to press it in with my fingertips. And just fill in all my massive ass pores. And since I got a little more extra acne on my chin today, I am going to put it on my chin as well. I know some people are different. Some people like to put their foundation on and then their concealer. I like to put my concealer on and then my foundation, so that way I can blend my foundation at the ends of where I put my concealer. To me, that just looks better and it works for me. The concealers I'm going to be using is Jeffree Star's Magic Star Concealer. Say what you want. I don't care if this upsets you that I use Jeffree Star Cosmetics products. Then you can just like kind of close the video. But I'm going to go ahead and start with the shade C8. And I always put the light shade in my inner corner and a little bit outside my eyes. And then to cover up my mom bags, I'm going to use the shade C15 in the middle. And then I will blend it out with a brush. Now that we have erased the dark circles under my eye, I'm going to use my go-to foundation, which is going to be the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. And I'm going to be using the shade 330N Better Pecan. I prefer to put my foundation on with a brush. I rarely use a beauty blender. I just don't like the way that a beauty blender accentuates my pores, if that makes any sense. I'm just going to use a brush. Now I do have a little bit of a spray tan, so that's why this foundation is darker than my face, because most of my skincare that I put on at night has a lot of AHAs in it and, you know, salicylic acids, stuff to help with my acne. So it eats away my spray tan before the spray tan on my body disappears. But since we just had New Year's Eve, even though I did absolutely nothing, I got a spray tan. So I'm going to blend it into my neck so I don't look crazy. And yes, I always put my brows on before I put any makeup on, because I do my brows green because my hair is green. So like, to me, putting on black brows or dark brown brows, it doesn't make any sense. It's the same when my hair was purple. My brows were purple. Or my hair was red, my brows were red. So I like my brows to match my hair, even if it does look strange to you or anyone else. It's something that I enjoy, and to me, it's normal because this is just how I've been doing it. I just like to continue blending in my foundation until it starts to dry down fully, because then I can use less powder to keep it there. And I like everything perfectly blended. So that's why I keep going over my face, even though I've covered all of it with foundation. There's basically no foundation left on my brush. It's just me kind of just making sure all the spots are filled and blended. Another reason why I enjoy using a brush opposed to a beauty blender. So for my under eyes, I'm going to use a smidge of the Brightening Pink Under Eye Powder from Jaclyn Cosmetics. And when I say a smidge, I mean like a smidge. So unfortunately, you cannot get these anymore. I am so glad I bought like 3 or 4 packets of these before Tati closed down, because these little heart-shaped puffs are my favorite little powdering tool. So I just take a little bit of powder on the tip like that, and I'm just gonna put it in the corner of my under eye and then use the like heart bum to kind of press it out, just to give like a little brightening effect under my eye. But I don't put it underneath my whole under eye, just in the corner. For the rest of my face, I'm going to set it with the Anastasia Beverly Hills translucent loose powder, and I'm going to just take that with a brush and dust my face. And if you haven't noticed, I am more of a full coverage kind of person. I like to cover up every imperfection on my face because no matter how hard I try and no matter what skincare items I use, I always have breakouts. And it's not because of the makeup, it's because of hormones. So ever since I had kids, I've had really crappy face acne, and it has not really kind of gone away since kids. So, and a lot of it's hormonal because I'll get like cystic acne, and this really, all I can do is just keep washing my face, putting skincare on, and just hope for the best at this point. But I like myself some full coverage glam because guess what? Now you can't see my acne. This is what my base face looks like so far. I am now going to do my eyes off camera because that is going to be a separate video, and I will be right back when everything else is on my face. All right, so just checking in, it is 9 o'clock. I'm gonna try to give my makeup another 2 hours before I remove it, but I have had dinner. I have played with my kids. They have rubbed their snot all over me and all over my face. Usually that's how it goes. But I have noticed, and this was actually before they got home, is that my foundation is actually coming off down here. Now, I had a hoodie on, so I don't know if my face was rubbing up against my hoodie on this side, but it's not just from putting it on because then it would be on both sides. So, but I did notice that it's coming off right here and like in the crevice of my nose. So, I still don't want to say it's the primer, but we will see how my makeup looks in 2 hours, but I figured I'd check in after I put my kids down and see what it looks like. Okay, so it is 10:35 and it is time for me to wash my makeup off my face. I've had this on at least since noon, maybe a little bit beforehand. And I want to say my foundation on both sides, obviously with the Milk makeup one, the one I've been using forever, held up, but so did the E.L.F primer, but it's only $10. And I'm pretty impressed, minus the fact that a little bit fell off here on my face and also like in the crack of my nose. But besides that, my foundation has held up really, really well. It's not as dewy and hydrating as the other foundation. This side of my face kind of feels a little like cracky almost, if that makes any sense. But it doesn't look dry, it just feels dry underneath. I'm going to go ahead and say this E.L.F Power Grip Primer is a dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Even though the ingredients aren't the same, it held my makeup up just as well as the Milk one did. So you got $10 or $34. And honestly, I'm probably going to use this a few more times and see how I feel about it. I'm going to also see if it does break me out or if maybe today was a fluke. But I'm going to keep trying this product out, but I want to go ahead and say it's a dupe. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like. You should totally subscribe if you want to see how I got this gorgeous eye look going on here. And until next time, thank y'all for watching. Bye. I'm filming.